and gentlemen, welcome to another Marketing Technology Minute. I'm Chris Horton, here today with Sean Royer. Sean, what do you have for us today?
Well, hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the digital marketing strategy. Chris, you've come up with 7 predictions for 2013 based on the blogs you've written over the last years on these topics.
Sure.
So what we're going to do today is I'm going to read these 7 predictions that Chris have made, and then over the course of the month we're going to take the topics and dig a little bit deeper and give you some more content into each one of the different areas. So the first one is the maturation of mobile. The second, social's further integration into business. The third one, consumers fully embrace social, local, mobile. The fourth one, content marketing squared. The fifth one, from SEO to targeted discovery. Number 6, the democratization of big data. 7, video and audio marketing for consumer engagement. So we have 7 predictions from Chris. Chris, I'm going to let you go ahead and take it and maybe start and just explain what each one of these predictions mean and how you came up with them.
Okay, great. Well, I tell you what, to begin with, I basically took a mashup of all the things that I've written about over the past year and a lot of other great marketing technology thought leaders throughout the industry and tried to distill what are the 7 broad trends that we can expect in the coming year, and this is what I came up with. So number 1 is the maturation of mobile. What I mean by that is there are 800 million smartphones and tablets were sold or are being sold in 2012. And what that means, Sean, is there are over 1 billion people now running around this world with mini computers in their pockets or toting in their hands. And what does that really mean for marketing? How is that going to change the face of marketing? And I think we saw the beginning of that in 2012. But in 2013, we're going to see the marketers responding, finally kind of crack the code of how to market to the mobile consumer. Now, what does this mean? This means consumers want contextually relevant content delivered to them. They want to be able to access things simply, conveniently. Proximity is important. If they're walking by a donut shop, they want to be able to check in and see if there's a hot deal on Foursquare or get a user-generated review on Yelp to make sure this is the place they want to eat. And marketers are going to have to respond to this and really offer content that speaks to their target audience at every level or stage of the buying cycle, and also really in any environment in which they may be found.
Okay, so mobile is going to be pretty important in 2013.
Very important.
So your number 1 prediction was mobile.
Yes.
So let's now go into the second one.
So number 2 is social's further integration into business.
Okay.
You might be shocked to find out that many Fortune 500 CEOs still have not embraced social media.
Yeah.
And we saw this with P&G this year. Their CEO finally embraced it, and now they're really doing some cutting-edge digital marketing stuff. But social media specifically, I think, can be used for big companies for customer service, retention rates, being able to respond to customer service issues nimbly using social media, also to build brand loyalty. For smaller businesses, they can use social to connect more deeply with consumers, and for geo-local proximity to try to get people within their area to come and buy their product or service.
Okay.
So that's kind of the nutshell there. And number 3, I believe, was, I don't even remember my own, customers embrace social, local, mobile.
Okay, so this is going to be a key one.
So very similar, but what that basically means is you've got all these mobile users, you've got all of these users who are now familiar with the internet, they're comfortable with social media and their mobile devices, and they are now thinking in a 3-dimensional way as to how they can use all of these things together to get what they want, when they want, where they are. So if you think about it, like I said before, this means proximity marketing. This means trying to cater to the wants and needs of your target audience wherever, whenever, and that's going to bring in all kinds of things that marketers have to consider between mobile wallets, user-generated reviews are really influencing purchase decision. Social apps like Yelp and Foursquare, local promotions, even locally targeted SEO is still going to be relevant.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I mean there.
All right, so really honing in on the marketing for Solomo. So
Yep.
That was the third prediction.
Yep.
And now if we go into the fourth one, you have content marketing squared.
Right, so what that is, 2012 was kind of the beginning of the content marketing boom, where you had a lot of marketers. The mantra was content marketing.
Yep.
And now I think if it was a jog in 2012, it'll be a sprint in 2013.
Sure.
It's got me a little bit worried because I think there are two trends that are interesting. You've got brands as publishers. What that means very quickly is that big companies now realize that they have to produce tons of quality digital content in both audio, visual, video, pictures, and written to speak to each segment of their target audience at every stage in the buying cycle. And that's kind of forcing companies to become publishers to create marketing departments that are pumping out content. That's really going to flood the internet with a lot of content.
Yeah, and I think a key word that you said there is quality content. You know,
right.
as the market gets flooded with all this content, you know, and making it static so that it's out there and it's being shareable.
Right.
As well.
Yeah. So people have got to kind of get away from exactly the static nature and making sure they get some dynamic content out there. And then the other aspect of that is, believe it or not, some cutting edge things coming down the pipeline like robo content, which is literally companies creating algorithms that can now create content and written content that you can't distinguish from a good writer. So,
right.
You know, all of these things just mean that really you need to have a laser focus on your target audience. You have to make sure you're providing really quality content that speaks to their wants and needs.
Excellent.
And number 5, of course. So then we've got SEO kind of morphing into what I call targeted discovery. And what this basically means in a nutshell is with more people using mobile devices, there's a proliferation of mobile apps that are specific use apps. A lot of mobile users are not using traditional search. So that's one point. Then you've got Google changing their algorithm to favor content and context-based content. So they're ahead of it. They understand this. And what that all adds up to, I think, is, and then you've got big data allowing marketers and advertisers to offer predictive recommendations to clients to actually to use things like cookies to actually track past performance or past online usage and predict what you're going to want before you even know you want it.
Yep.
And as such, that's kind of a big fragmentation of search, which I think is going to maybe morph the term into targeted discovery. In other words, marketers are going to be focusing on how you're finding content, and they're going to use means to directly target you on apps, predictive recommendations, etc. Kind of turning the whole search around from you generating it to them helping you decide what you want before you even know you want it.
So I think I've got what you're saying. So that was your 5th prediction, and it seems like you kind of wrapped in the 6th prediction, which is big data, into that. So
yeah, the bottom line with big data is the democratization of big data, and all I mean by that is, you know, up to this point, only big companies and big marketing firms, a lot of resources, are reaping the rewards of big data. I think in 2013 you're going to see big data initiatives like predictive recommendations, ad retargeting, some granular use of big data in social sites like Facebook, that small businesses can all use these tools thanks to some great new companies coming up at an affordable price to really have sophisticated marketing in a cost-effective way.
Okay, so that was number 6. Now the last one is video and audio marketing. How do you see that playing a role?
Well, yeah, and what I mean with video and audio is that they're now going to be content media that are used for marketing engagement. So they're no longer just going to be used for entertainment and basic information. They're going to be used as a means to interactively engage with audiences. You see a lot of cutting edge examples of this. Target's shoppable video, You've got people using podcasts now, small businesses putting out their own podcasts. You're going to have audio casts, audio blogs, video blogs. You're going to have video productions like we're doing now.
Yep.
Try to give information out. And I think businesses are going to be using audio and video in a lot of creative ways to get their content out to people and to help them solve the problems and fulfill their wants and needs.
Okay, so those are 7 great predictions, Chris, and it sounds like 2013 is going to be the year of integrated digital marketing.
I think it's going to have to be for a lot of businesses.
All right.
Well, I tell you what, folks, this has been another Marketing Technology Minute. You can find us same place, same channel. Thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks, guys.